guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. I'm so happy you found us. I'm Lisa. I hope you're having an amazing day. Today we are talking about the humble postage stamp. It's because we all have them and we kind of forget to use them. I know mine get thrown in a drawer and I just don't use them, but I have a lot. And if you look at them, they are beautiful, beautiful colors, interesting artwork on them. Dates are interesting. I've had some from the early 1900s, I believe. Look at your stamps, get them out, and let's give you some ideas how to use them. Hey guys, okay, first let's talk about the uses of the postage stamps in your home decor. Of course, you could always decoupage them onto coasters. You could decoupage them into the bottom of a tray. You could do them on a picture frame. If you have ones that you really love, you could arrange them on a piece of paper or cardboard or whatever and frame those. Or take all of that out, arrange them on the glass of the frame itself and hang that. Maybe use a little alcohol ink in there to give some movement to it, and your stamps will be the focal point. You could decoupage them onto canvases and make a headboard. You could paint some as the outline of the headboard, and down the center, like 2 rows down the center, you could have different stamps. You could make a shape out of the stamps. For other home decor uses, you could definitely decoupage them on a vase. You could use them as trim on a curtain by adding them to a piece of fabric like a lace or something, and then sewing that onto your curtain. I tell you, there's 101 uses for stamps. For personal, you could make them into charms, jewelry, necklace, bracelets, charms, earrings. 101, guys. You could decoupage them onto visors if you wear visors when you're out in the sun. You could make keychains out of them. Other things you could do, you could decoupage them or attach them to car sunscreens that you put in your windows. You could make bookmarks because there is a large population of book readers. Also, you could use these as a party theme on invitations. Maybe somebody's retiring from the post office. Maybe you met at the post office. Maybe somebody works at the post office and loves it. Make a whole party set out of it. For journals, there's just as many uses, whether it's an art journal, mixed media journal, or just a journal. One of the fun things I like to do are take the vintage bingo postcards and use the stamps on them. You've seen them with buttons. Now use the stamps. It adds color, it adds dimension, and you get the picture of the stamp, which is adding even more interest. In fact, a little more interest than buttons do, if you ask me. You could also use them in mini journals. You could use them as tabs on the pages because the pages are small. They make excellent tabs hanging out the side of your journal. On big journals, you could definitely, if you had a calendar in them, use them again to mark something on your calendar. That would be great. You could attach them to a piece of lace and then attach it like we do to the sides of our pages. The lace gives it some texture and the stamps give it movement. You could do it without lace, but I think doing it with the lace just adds a little bit more to it. You could use them, you know how we take a page and we'll stencil something real light in the center? You could take your stamps and put them on your page and just randomly, and then maybe gesso over with a mixture of gesso and water so you still see the stamp, but it's kind of faded into the background, especially if it's a common stamp. Or if they really stand out, just, decoupage them onto your page and they would look amazing like that. You could also, another great use for tickets another great use for stamps is to put them on a ticket. Just adds a little bit of interest, texture, and movement, and it's a great way to use up your stamps for sure. Of course, always remember you can add them to your clusters for your pockets, tuck spots, and everything. Here is a coffee dyed guest check. I'm using a plain fabric, I guess you would say, roll that I sewed. And then I'm going to put a paper flower strip down the center. And then at the bottom of that, I'm going to take some beautiful red postage stamps. It brings out the flower color. And then attach all of that. And I have a pocket plus a tuck spot for my page. So it's a great way to use them in our clusters. Don't forget they can also be used on paper clips. Just find one that goes with your paper clip. Since that has a flower, I'm going to use one that kind of has greenery on it. You just attach it and there it's on your paper clip. You can also make a collage using an index card and a journaling card, layer a favorite quote on it, and then again find a stamp that maybe has something in common with the quote or whatever you're using, and you could use this as a pocket on your journal. And like I said, of course, tuck spots. This could very well be a tuck spot. Add your stamp to it however you want, like it's a leaf on the rose there, and use that as a tuck spot. So just think of the color of your stamp, think how it's going to be presented, and you can really use them in multiple ways. Another way you can use stamps, of course, is to cut them, trim them, decoupage them on your clothespins. Whether you have big or small clothespins, they'll add interest. You don't have to leave the stamp hold. Don't be afraid to trim it so you can make a shape. Maybe you want to make a heart in the center of your page. Maybe your page is about butterflies. Cut up the stamps and make butterflies from parts of the stamps. Don't be afraid to cut anything to use it, because that's way better than it sitting in a drawer being forgotten. Also, don't forget to layer them with other things because they make great, they make great clusters. They'll add interest, give you movement, and again, you've made a tuck spot or a pocket, whatever you want. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video about the many uses of postage stamps. I hope you'll pull yours out and start using them today. Take care, have an awesome day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.